What is up, guys? The day has finally come. We are starting on the Lux build. We got all the stone that my dad and I handpicked straight from the mountains from Tennessee, got delivered, and we brought it back to the backyard behind the swimming pool. It's all here. We started to cut the rock to have hanging over the lip of the swimming pool. It's gonna give it a really cool effect with the water touching the bottom of those rocks. Right now, we're bringing in a little bit of extra fill dirt in order to build up. We have 2 more rocks to cut, and once we cut those rocks, we're gonna have all the rock on the front edge of the pool cut and ready to be put in place. These are some massive boulders that we picked out. This water feature is gonna be awesome. Let's go check out with the Top Frog what's going on and what the plan is.
We're gonna start out by putting down some underlayment on top of this side of the pool. Then we'll put down our liner and put some underlayment on top of that before we put out our cut rock around the front of that. We'll have some seating walls over there, some seating walls over here, and then we're gonna have steps that go up and you're able to cross the waterfall to get to this side of the pool.
Awesome. So you heard it from the Top Frog. This is going to be amazing. It's going to be epic. I can't wait to see it all done. We're going to be able to jump off some of these massive boulders. Without further ado, let's crank up the machine and get to setting some rock.
What's up, pond people? What are we doing here? You know, I know you might be thinking that, and I'm with you. We're not Poolscapes of Charlotte. What are we doing working on a pool? Well, I'll tell you what we're doing. We are essentially making a pondless waterfall, and instead of falling into a reservoir, it falls into a pool. That's all. That's how you got to think about it, you know. And we love doing unique things like this. We've done it a couple of times. Honestly, I wish more people would do it because it looks amazing. But it is a pondless waterfall that just happens to fall into a pool. That's all it is. And Pondscapes of Charlotte is always down to add more pondless waterfalls into the world because we love them. You know, even if your reservoir is kind of weirdly shaped like a giant swimming pool. So as you can see here, Brad is enacting our rock cutting strategy. He's just leaving a little lip for the overhang, and we're trying to get all the weight on the back of the rock so it doesn't fall into the pool. Because as you can see, these rocks are extremely big and extremely heavy. Did we mention they came from the mountains of Tennessee? I think we did. We're going to go ahead and get rid of some of that bricky, tiley looking stuff there because that is prime rock place in real estate. So we've got to have a nice smooth surface for that. And Dave's going to go ahead and tackle cutting one of the biggest rocks because of course he is. We got our first refuel coming up on the blade. Boom. So he's going to use the same strat. We're making a little grid pattern and then he's going to cut around the edges. And here we got the second refuel. Boom. Real quick. You didn't see that one. But as you can see here, when you're an expert at this like Dave is, you can just get these little rock pieces out with one hand. The man is just playing Minecraft right now, producing some cubes left and right. Now we're going to use this big old machine for some delicate work here, which is just getting a little bit of that dirt out, a little spillage there. You can probably see it on the wall, got a little wet. But now we're getting real precise with it and just shoveling it out so we have a good smooth surface to start placing some of these rocks. And Dave and Brad are building from the far side because you want to build from the far side, otherwise you block your machine out. And everything was going good until the accident occurred, which, spoiler alert, Dave was okay. He went to the hospital right after this and he just had a bump on his head. But he's trying to pry this rock up and the bar slips and he falls down. It's a pretty deep pool. Luckily there's a little bit of dirty water down there that he lands in. You can see the splash go up. And Brad jumps down there immediately to make sure Dave is okay. You can see him checking him out here, checking his head out. What actually happened was Dave landed all right, but the pry bar he was holding on to fell down there with him and landed on his head. So that's what they were checking out. And Dave went to the hospital right after this and he just had a goose egg on his head. He was okay. All good, just kind of had that bump on his head for a bit after that, but thankfully everyone's okay. Brad doing a nice little demonstration on how cavemen used to do their homework. It was very time consuming, they didn't have paper and such. So this video and these time lapses really had me thinking, I wish there was some sort of market for like perfectly cubed rocks because we just have a ton of those and there's really no use for that in the pond industry because nobody wants a cube pond. But if you can think of a purpose for these cubular rocks or a use for them, please let us know in the comments down below. Or maybe you want a cubular pond. Maybe that's what you want. Also let us know about that in the comments down below.
All right, guys. So all that rock we got from Tennessee, my dad and I, is pretty much in place. They're going to redo all these pavers alongside the pool, resurface the pool, and we got to wait on that to get this water feature running. Let me turn you around and I'll show you what we got so far. Okay guys, so this is the patio section where they have the grill out. You're gonna have a beautiful view of this swimming pool, the jacuzzi. You're gonna have an awesome view of these waterfalls coming in through here. There's going to be a pathway coming from this side all the way up around here to this upper tanning area with the jacuzzi. So this whole area in here is going to be tile. You're going to be able to like have a couple chairs on and get a tan. We have our seating wall. This is the largest boulder we have on the project, weighs roughly around 3 tons. So that one was massive. We wanted it to frame our first step here. Over here we got like a jumping rock. Going to be able to jump, do a cannonball, backflip into the deep end of the swimming pool right there. So the bottom of these stone is actually going to be in the water. All this liner is going to be cut. We'll wait till we get the pool filled, and this is running until we cut the liner and do the final edging, but that's going to look spectacular. The idea of the stepping path is not to be straight across, but to have some twists and some turns, and also make it easy enough for all types of people with short legs, old people, young people, to be able to cross it. We don't want it to be difficult. So this is the pathway coming up here. You're gonna step down, come around, you got another step down, step across, and now you're on the other side. This whole area in here is gonna be a pool of water. It's gonna be about like 6 inches of water. So it makes this rock a great seating rock where you can sit. You're kind of in the shade for most of the day. You're under these trees, but you're gonna be able to sit and have your feet in the water, surrounded by different waterfalls, and just enjoy hanging out at the pool.
So the footage you just saw and the footage you're seeing now was taken a couple of months after Brad's last little update video. We had to wait until the pool guys could finish up their stuff, and as you see, they did a beautiful and wonderful job. So our feature in the pool in general has been active for a couple of months, and you can see just how spectacular it still looks. The pool is looking beautifully clean, and the feature looks good too. So essentially, the chlorine and stuff from the pool, it doesn't mess with our rocks, and our rocks and stuff don't make the pool dirty. It's, you know, just chlorinated water running through this natural looking rock system. So it all remains clean and clear as you would expect, you know, any pool to. So that debris just falls into the pool. There's a skimmer, there's an in the water vacuum that gets it all up. So the water remains this clear all the time. It's really not a problem, and there shouldn't be any algae growth because, again, it's chlorinated water. So you shouldn't get any algae growth outside of what you normally get in a pool or anything like that. But everything turned out spectacular with this feature. It looks even better than we could have imagined, and the pool, the feature together, they just complement each other so much, and they both look so great. It's honestly a seamless fit, so really happy about that. But don't just take my word for it. We're going to let you guys hear a couple of highlight clips from the homeowners. Actually, Mr. and Mrs. Lux kind of gave us a little sit-down interview. We're going to have a full-length version of that releasing as well, but for now you can just get a couple of highlight clips of what they thought of the process and what they think of the feature. So enjoy.
I think the important things for us were to take advantage of the natural environment that we have, and also to make the water feature an interactive water feature. You have the acoustics, you have the visual, but to be able to walk through it and experience it like nature
Well,
And
we
sit
got
in the middle of it and put your feet in the water. And
How about getting wildlife up there on the rocks, birds or anything like that?
Birds, squirrels.
yeah, I have this great video of this little frog.
Oh yeah.
And he's right at the tip of the big rock there.
Yeah.
And he's croaking.
Oh,
with
nice,
his little,
yes.
It's so funny. It's my favorite video.
Yeah, that's good.
Thinking about the overall experience, when you hire a contractor, you get a sense of confidence in their abilities and their integrity.
Right.
And I think we were justly rewarded because the integrity of your work and business practices is beyond reproach. The integrity in the design process and the execution of design, it's amazing that one company had all three of those aspects.
It didn't hurt that you made us lunch on 4th of July. We had the barbecue.
You know, we had these great expectations, and the final product exceeded our greatest expectations.
Thank you. I mean, I'm thrilled with it, so I hope you are too.
Yes, we are definitely.
Thank you so much for entrusting us.
Thank you so much.
All right.
As always, Pondscapes of Charlotte is just happy to make the backyard experience better for another family. So please remember to like, comment, subscribe, check out our Instagram, check out our TikToks, and we'll see you on the next one.